Welcome to The Good Work, a podcast and video series that follows The Event Company, an event design company that specializes in corporate, nonprofit, and social events. Our passion lies in creating one-of-a-kind events that share the good work of organizations we are fortunate to collaborate with. Tune in for conversations with leaders of these great groups, our best advice for your next event, and some behind-the-scenes moments. Now, let us show you the good work. The new year brought the event company a few new dream builders to the team. On today's episode of The Good Work, you'll be introduced to Natalie and Shauna, the newest members of TEC. Addie will talk with these lovely ladies about their background, their interest, and their roles on the team. Please welcome to today's vodcast, Addie, Natalie, and Shauna. Welcome to today's vodcast. I'm so excited to have you ladies here.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Yay! I love the hands. So I am your host, Addie, with the event company. We've got Natalie with us as well as Shauna. So Natalie joined our team a few weeks back as one of our newest dream builders from the great state of Iowa. Welcome.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Gosh, I'm a Cornhusker girl, you know.
Ooh, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
And we've got Shauna. Shauna joined us as one of our event design interns this semester. Is this technically spring or is this when? What is it in school?
This is spring semester, yeah.
Gosh, it's so crazy. And you were in India.
Yes, all of
So
January.
That's so
that
nuts.
was exciting.
Yeah.
But
We'll talk more about that today, but
for sure.
I'm so excited to have you both here. It's good to just we're starting the year fresh and new. So you guys are coming at a perfect time. Mm-hmm. You missed kind of the chaos of January and all the fun events, which I know you've heard a little bit about, which is interesting, but I want to hear more. And so about you guys first, but then also to introduce you guys to the whole vodcast world and all of the people that we have watching and listening all the way from Bangladesh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And Brandon, South Dakota, all in between, which is fun.
Just a wide variety.
I know. So Natalie, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you found us, because we've been in talks to have you join our team for a few months now, actually since July, August.
Yeah, sometime this summer. Yeah.
So talk a little bit about how you found us, your connection to this area.
Yeah.
And kind of what you did a little bit before.
Yeah, so I grew up in Northwest Iowa.
This kind of sounds like we're on a first date. Sorry to interrupt you, but that sounds like we're on a first date now.
And what is your perfect first date? No, I grew up in Northwest Iowa, probably like only about an hour from here, so I'm pretty familiar with the area. I like to tell people that Sioux Falls is where we went to do real things in life, like shopping and go to Target. But
the real things in life are going to Target.
Yeah. It's true. That's part of life. But then I went to Northwestern College in Orange City, Iowa. From there, I graduated and moved to Des Moines.
Okay.
Was in Des Moines for about 4 years working for the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. I did a lot of their event planning and event marketing there, so that's kind of the connection with the event company. And yeah, I actually saw when you go on LinkedIn, it's like jobs recommended for you, and most of the time they were like things that I was like, no. Like one time it came up that I was supposed to be a job recommended for me was a nurse. And
not happening.
No.
I've had that. So even I still get that now, you know, even owning your own company. I got a biologist thing the other day in like Saudi Arabia. Have you seen those out there? I'm like, this just has to be a fluke thing, right? First of all, I know nothing about biology, nor am I geographically located near Saudi Arabia.
You don't want to move to the
Middle East. No, not happening.
You have to take it.
I know.
But yeah, so I saw the event company come up, clicked on it, and I was like, yep, this is exactly what I love about my current job and what I would love to do in the future. And so I had talked to Addie for a long time. And when this position came open, I was excited to join the team and be able to move closer to home and get to see my family on a more regular basis as well.
We're excited to have you here. How far is Orange City from here?
About an hour.
It's about an hour, like you said.
Yeah.
So not that far.
Yeah, about hour and a half-ish, depending on the roads. And
I don't think I've ever been to Orange City.
we'll have to
Oh, is
take
that
it.
where the Tulip
Tulip
Festival?
Festival,
I just remember
yeah.
seeing.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like billboards. I think on the interstate.
Oh
I just
yeah,
remembered
that's like the biggest thing that happens in the town. You'll have to go.
Wow.
Mhm.
What happens at Tulip Festival?
Oh, they have
Parades?
Oh yeah, all kinds of parades. Food's a big part of the tulip
Like they
festival.
eat tulips?
No,
Oh,
you can't touch the tulips. That's $100 fine per tulip you
no
pick.
Gosh.
way.
Yeah, and they're like serious. They will fine you. Yeah, because they import the tulips from the Netherlands and they plant the tulips every year. Like they dig them up and they
Wow. Did you know
replant
that,
them.
Shauna?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of good food like puffergies, which are like
What's that?
they're like mini pancakes, but they're like smothered in rum butter and powdered sugar on top of them.
Ooh.
Why do they call them cheese? Puffer cheese?
It's a Dutch word for pancake.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When is the festival?
The third weekend in May, so it's normally like the 14th.
Maybe you should put that on our calendars. That
That'd
sounds
be
fun,
fun.
doesn't
Road
it?
trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will show you. My parents actually have like a food stand there, and so they sell Dutch food at the Tulip Festival.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Sounds interesting.
Cute. I love that.
So what about you, Shauna? So you are also from a small town,
Yes.
but not in Iowa,
Nope.
in South Dakota. Yeah.
I'm from Millbank, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's small. So
I know a few people from Millbank. I know the Webbers, the
Oh,
Weber
yeah.
family. That's really it, actually. So I don't really know anybody else. But Callie's from
people,
around
too.
that area.
Yeah,
You know, Callie's
yeah.
from around that area.
So yeah.
So you went to high
Not
school
super
there?
Crazy,
Grew
but-
up there.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I
Brothers, sisters?
Nope, no brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm an
only child.
Yes. That's where the imagination came into play because
I love it.
I didn't have friends
Yeah.
or like I didn't have like built-in friends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
So
And then you went to, you're still at Augie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in my senior year at Augie. And I'm an English and journalism major. I'll probably end up in like I don't know, marketing, event
Yeah.
planning, copywriting,
Yeah.
something in this sphere. But
I always tell people
really
that
know for
events
sure.
are a form of marketing, obviously,
Yeah.
for companies, for nonprofits, because it's how they get their brand awareness, but it's how they fundraise dollars. So it all kind of fits kind of in that same meld. Like I was a marketing director at the Argus for many years, and I've always been in that marketing arena and public relations and the fundraising side. So it kind of all melds together. You, same thing too, you know. I feel like marketing is such a broad word these days, but also the journalism piece. Like you've been on the team for a few weeks now,
Yes.
and your writing is impeccable. Honestly, I shared this. Like your writing is really awesome too. I think we've got great writers on the team. Because we're writing copy for brochures, sometimes for signage, sometimes for invitations, social media posts. But you may be the first person ever on our team that we have never changed their bio.
that
So
made me
one
feel
of
so good.
yeah, one of the things that we asked, and maybe Callie as well, I can't remember, but one of the cool things is like one of your first day, or one of the first pieces on your first day is we have you write your bio. So we do a little kind of a reveal on our social pages, plus it'll be on the website. So I legitimately did not change one thing.
When I got that email
In
it
7
was
years,
like
I think
9
that-
p.m.
yeah.
I was
Isn't that-
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like you won the lottery.
Yeah.
But you write now for Augie. So tell us
Yes.
about like what that looks like day in and day out.
Yes. So I didn't write my freshman year, but I joined the Augustana Mirror, which is our campus newspaper, as a sophomore, as an assistant editor and
Okay.
copy editor. So like mostly I was just doing editing, but also taking a couple stories every
Sure.
week. And then for a couple years now, I've been like a combination of the web editor and the social media editor. So I just like post on social media. We rolled out a weekly like news roundup.
Yeah.
So we email out our top 5 stories every week,
Okay.
and that's been really fun to start.
Kinda
this
like a
year.
quick
So-
hit type of
Yeah.
thing?
So
Okay.
I just like do a little.
And that goes to
about
all
each
student
story.
body or all campus, like
Um,
faculty, everybody?
all student body for sure. I
Okay.
believe also faculty.
Okay.
That was
interesting.
difficult to get out.
Yeah.
Like get everyone's emails, but we made it work. So that was a really fun piece that we
Good for
implemented
you.
this fall.
What's
the,
your Oh, go ahead.
What's the biggest news story that's ever like you've had to cover at Augie?
Our tornado coverage
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
a lot. Like we had that was like before our first issue even came out. We had a couple stories from the tornado in our first issue, but we like did a bunch of like news stories like right
Right.
away. So it was like me and the editor in chief doing like 4 stories, and it was a
Wow.
lot of work.
So I grew up in the newspaper world as well. I
Yeah.
think I shared with you, even when we first talked, like I was the editor of our school newspaper.
Yes.
So I've kind of done some of those things over the years. I was a sports editor. I mean, all those different pieces. And I loved that part of it. But some people really just like that editing piece and not the interview piece. Which do you like better, the interviews? Like, do you like the personal piece of the interviews, like getting the story? Or are you more on the...
That's
I
a
know.
hard question. I kind of like both. I really like getting to know people and like talking to them
Yeah.
and like finding out things about people. Like when I like, for example, I also work at the Midco Aquatic Center.
Yeah.
And usually like when I switch guard, like when I switch the guards out,
Yeah.
I'll like go up to the person and ask them a question. So like just to like kind of get to know them
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
better. So I really like that.
You're very personable.
Yeah, it's fun. I also like the editing part, but
Yeah.
I really like, I think, yeah, probably interviews are my favorite, but I do like it all.
Do you use a red pen when you edit?
I do not. I mean, I edit everything like
Digitally,
online, yeah.
With markups and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And I don't
Awesome.
edit the actual copy anymore. So we've
Yeah.
got people who do that on press night.
Good
Yeah,
for
people.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
people.
people.
Good job, Shauna.
Yes.
Glad she's got some people.
We could all use a few people in our lives.
Yep, yep.
And you just got back from India, so tell us about that.
Oh gosh.
That's awesome.
So when we interviewed her, yeah, she goes, I can't start this date because I'm going to India for the next however long. I'm like, oh, awesome. But they have J term though at Augie,
Yeah.
right? Do a lot of colleges have J term? We didn't at USD when I went.
We didn't, but
Okay.
some of my friends from high school had J-term.
Okay.
Yeah.
So J term is just this little break in between, right?
Yeah. So at Augie, they're like usually people will take at least like one class and it'll be from like 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m. or something,
Sure.
like something really long and ridiculous like that.
Interesting.
I have studied abroad. This will be my 3rd year.
Okay.
And a lot of people, like we have a lot of international students who will go home and like
Right.
spend the break with their families. But yeah, I went to India. I'm in the Civitas Honors Program at Augie. So at the end of your 4 years, you have to do a project. And I decided, so in 2017, I took the interim trip to India. And we spent one day at an orphanage. And I just, like, we were told the people had gone back for their Civitas projects before. So I decided to do that. And so I stayed at this orphanage for 2 weeks and took photos and interviewed some of the people there.
So
And,
cool.
Yeah, I'm going to like make a magazine.
Wow.
And then I have to present eventually.
Good
But,
for you.
yeah, it was a really good experience.
Where
What
else
was your-
did you go?
So me this time or like the full trip?
No, you said you studied abroad 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I've been to Greece and India, and then I did a Scotland trip for spring break. They're all
Wow.
like courses that I took.
Yeah.
So
Good
they
for
were-
you.
I mean, they were fun.
That's
but
awesome.
Can we do like a team retreat in Scotland or
Yes.
something like that?
Yeah. Or Ireland.
Or
right?
Ireland.
Scotland was my favorite place, so I would recommend go there if you have the chance.
Good for you. I'm so proud of you.
Aw, thank
We
you.
only have the best on this team.
Thank
Here we
you.
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
only the best. So what draws you both to events? I mean, obviously it's been a part of your life and your life as well, whether it's school-wise or personal and work. I mean, you've done events with thousands of people. So talk to us about what draws you in. Do you want to start, Natalie? Like what draws
Sure.
you in?
Well, my friends will often tell you that I like to control things. And
You wouldn't say. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And so, at a young age, even, I was definitely the one who wants to be in control and wanted to be the person who everyone came to.
Yeah.
And you kind of get to be that when
Yeah.
you put on an event. But beyond that, I love like the adrenaline rush that you get when you think, okay, 1,000 people are going to come to this place this day, and I'm in charge of all of them.
Yeah.
And
Some people would say it's scary.
yeah,
But it's
it's a rush. Yeah.
right.
And then once you get done, I like sitting at the end of the day going, we did it. Like
Mm-hmm.
nothing really went wrong that other
Right.
people noticed.
Right.
And there's just an accomplishment that you can see that something happened and you made it happen.
Mhm.
And Yeah.
I like how you said that nobody can see, because there's always
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
that goes on at events that nobody sees,
Yep.
the background or those pieces. Maybe, I mean, we've had a whole podcast episode where we've dedicated it to like all the flops and failures that have happened at events, but nobody sees those things. And that's the beauty of what we do. The hard part, what I sometimes find is like, we do so many roles at events, pre-event as well as day of. Like some people are like, you're an accountant, you're a photographer sometimes, you're doing marketing, you're PR, you're floral, like you're doing all catering. You know, there's so many roles that we play at events that people don't realize until you're truly in the thick of things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't realize that, like, I was at an event once and they were like, well, the trash needs to be taken out. Who's going to take the trash out? And I'm like, we're going to take the trash out. There's no janitors here. So yeah, like sometimes you're just the garbage man.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, I don't know. You girls need to listen to some past episodes of hearing us dumpster diving in garbage cans. Callie Troutman on the team has been in more garbage cans or garbage receptacles than anybody I know. No joke. Not that that's a requirement. Not to scare you guys, but we will do whatever it takes.
Yep.
You know, I mean, sometimes you're fishing. Like one time she had to fish in, oh gosh, it was so gross. A garbage, like what are those big, like a dumpster,
Oh, yeah.
a true dumpster for a missing $500 of cash from a client.
oh,
Well, come to find out, yeah, that's what I said. And she had this like white, cute little jacket thing on or whatever, like a zip up from Athleta. And come to find out, it was never even in there.
so she went through the whole dumpster and didn't find it.
So then our client called, and it wasn't our fault. The client was like, I think that it was misplaced, whatever. And I wasn't here. I was in Minneapolis. And then the client calls back and they're like, oh, never mind. I guess we found it. Like the accountant had it. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's sometimes those episodes. I mean, we do a lot of weird stuff, you know? I mean, you just figure it out and you do what it takes. I mean,
Yeah.
you get messy sometimes, but it is what it is.
Mhm.
You guys haven't experienced an event yet, though, really.
No.
Not yet, right?
No.
Yeah. Soon. What about you? What are some of your favorite parts about events?
I just really like. I love planning. I'm
Yeah.
a planner.
Yeah.
I
You are so detailed. When you, so I had asked her, I said, send me what your schedule looks like for the semester. It was like 3 pages in a calendar format, all color coded of what's happening, what day and what hour she's going to be here.
I'm a busy bee.
But it's awesome. And then you look at her digital calendar thing and it's clearly the same thing, all color coded, what times, and you're our people, you know? I mean, that's, we all like that piece of it. You have to be organized in this role and what we do day in and day out.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
Yeah. Except for I feel like sometimes, and maybe it's just me, but sometimes I know we are incredible planners for our clients, but sometimes we're the worst planners for ourselves. Like I feel like just recently for Valentine's Day, I totally forgot to even book reservations for Drew and I. So I was calling literally owners of restaurants and my friends that own these restaurants in Sioux Falls to try to get us dinner reservations. It's not that hard, right? Well, yeah, maybe I needed to plan a little bit sooner instead of the week before. So it's things like that. Like I feel like sometimes we are incredible planners for everybody else, but sometimes we are
Personally, yeah.
personal. Do you
Yeah.
feel like that or no? On the party planning side.
I feel like that when I go on vacation, like people always want me to plan what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no, this is my
Yeah.
vacation. I do this for a job. You
Yeah.
don't. So
Yeah.
now you should be planning things
Yeah.
for me.
And I feel like vacations are like vacations. I don't
Yeah.
want to I mean, like I might have like
Structure.
5 things
Yeah.
that I want
Right.
to do, but I'm not going to plan out every hour. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I agree.
Like, yeah, once you have the party planner like label, your friends just now assume
I
that
know.
you're going to plan
Yeah.
everything for
Yeah, I agree.
eternity.
One time I forgot to, well, I didn't even forget. We had a little boy's birthday party and then my little guy's birthday party as well. So we were planning both simultaneously. And this other little guy's was supposed to be the same weekend as mine, but we moved my little guy's birthday party and I put the wrong birthday, like the wrong number on my kid's invitation. So I said like he was 4 and should have been 3. And so I remember
Whoops.
Drew looking at that and saying, you know that William's not going to be this age, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I put like the
other
client's was
kids.
right his was right, but ours was wrong. So I clearly had the wrong age of my child on the invitation. So I mean, stuff like that just happens.
Did you
know?
reprint them or
Yeah,
did you send
no,
them?
we didn't even print them. They were still design. They
Oh.
were still in design mode. But I'm like, wrong year for the boy.
Whoops.
It happens. I know, whoops. But we still have pretty killer parties. Like we do just Super Bowl and just other fun parties throughout the year. So I feel like we make the best hostesses though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And always has to look good for the gram, for Instagram
Yes.
too, you know?
We love the
You are
gram.
so good at social media.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it.
Anytime,
You're very deliberate.
anytime anyone tells me that my Instagram is good, it just strokes my ego so much.
Very
So
millennial
thank
of you.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
it is very millennial of me.
Yeah, so good. You're going to teach us a few things as well.
I'll impart whatever knowledge I can.
But you integrate your style. So I want to talk about like what your style is because you integrate your style so much throughout social media. You're a little bit more private in that respect, which is not a bad thing at all. So talk to me about what your style is. How would you describe your style?
Okay, so I guess like my personal
yeah.
fashion style is probably like bohemian, flowy. Like I love comfort, but I also love fun patterns.
Yeah.
And I really like vintagey type things
Right.
too. So I guess I try to pull that through. I mean, I think that comes through in social media too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's just your fashion style. I would say it's your overall life.
Yeah.
Because you are very like chill, bohemian, go with the flow. Like you and I have connected over Fleetwood Mac, and
Yes.
Stevie Nicks, and like that's your just vibe. Which
It's
is
weird
so
being like an obsessive planner and then also like
free spirit.
being like a free spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's killer.
You
It's
get the
fun.
best of both worlds.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got the Zen piece.
Good.
What about you? What would you
I
say
would
your style
say-
is, Natalie?
I'm type A in every portion of my life.
So what does that mean?
I like very like classic things,
Yeah.
and I either have really nice clothes like to wear to work or to an event, or I'm in sweatpants. Like if you ask me to do something, it better be somewhere that I can wear leggings and a sweatshirt to, or I'm probably not very interested in going.
Interesting.
Yep.
But yeah, you are very type A, very organized, very it's very even keel
Yep.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't seem like a rock the boat type of person either, are you?
I mean, again, I like to be in control and in
Yeah.
charge, so
Right.
I like to rock the boat in that perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't like to I'm not going to be the big partier or
Yeah.
anything like that. So
Yeah. What about event trends? What are some of your favorite event trends? That might be a big
Mhm.
thing to kind of like, do you, well, I think maybe in your own personal lives for style, like you, I would say integrate that more bohemian feel on the events, right? That's probably what you're drawn
Yeah.
to more.
I like light colors,
Yeah.
like whites. I like white and cream.
Yeah. Are you wearing cream right now? So yeah,
Yes.
very good. You're probably very structured on the events piece. do you
Yeah,
say?
I would say that the events that I've put on for the
Yeah.
most part have been very structured, very corporate type events. So that's one thing I'm excited about is doing
Yeah.
more of the social, fun,
Right.
kind of expand your creativity kind of events.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, I would say it's definitely I like processes. So
Yeah.
that's how I plan things and how that's what I strive for too.
My favorite trends lately, I think, on the event side have been more of the social piece and
Mhm.
where even corporate conventions or conferences have really kind of let their guard down a bit and say, how do we make these guests feel like they're family, right? And how do we integrate those experiences into events versus just open up your workbook, you're going to hear this presentation, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
So I like seeing that shift over these last couple of years because I'm more of that experience piece as well, and just being able to just be versus just sitting in a conference and then leaving.
I love
So we're
the,
seeing
like,
that a bit more now.
Yeah, I love the individuality of events. Like
yeah.
when you can submit questions like to the person and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, I asked that, and now
Right.
they're asking
Right.
it in front of all the people. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's what I like.
Mhm.
So what do you guys like to do when you're not at work and not at school?
I guess in my spare time, I really like thrifting.
Yeah,
I do that
you
a
do.
lot. I also really like to run, and I love watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I have
It's the most random thing ever.
Very random. I have never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's
neither.
really funny.
You guys gotta watch it.
My
How do you
gosh.
watch it?
It's on Hulu.
Huh?
So
How do you watch it? So funny, Natalie. What about you? What do you like to do? You're a big music person too. You should say it like you're a big music-y.
yeah, I do like music a lot.
Yeah.
But I mostly only listen to it in the car
Yeah.
or like when I'm working out. So
Mhm.
yeah.
What about you?
Well, I'm trying to find things I like to do in Sioux Falls. I mean, it's very different, you know. So, I have a dog, so we go on a lot of walks, a lot of runs, and I like to go hang out with my friends and family. I travel. I like to go places, and whether it's a road trip to, you know, somewhere for a weekend or like vacation
Or Scotland.
Or
Ireland.
either way, I'm in.
Well, hey, before we wrap up today's episode, you guys are so new into this, so you probably have never heard these questions or seen them. I actually probably peeked at them a little bit. But we do this thing at the end of a lot of our vodcasts where we kind of get to know you a little bit better on a kind of fun, quirky little level. So we've got these top 10 questions, and I want to hear the first thing that pops out of your head. So don't think about it. It's just like quick, fast hitting questions. So what I'm going to do is I'll ask you one question, and I'll ask you the same question.
Okay.
And if it's the same answer, it is what it is, but they're pretty quick ones. So these are the fun ones. Are you ready?
Yes.
There's no buzzer. You don't need to buzz in or anything like that. But
I like competition.
I know. Okay. What song would you sing at karaoke, Natalie?
Anything that's by Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Okay. What about you?
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, which should not be a surprise.
An awesome song. Yeah. Who would you, or oh my gosh, I can't even read this. Who would you want to play you in a movie? There's a lot of yous in there. Who would you want to play you in a movie, Natalie?
So I'm terrible at like actors names. So I'm going to go Natalie Portman because she has the same name as me.
How about Portman?
Portman, sure.
Don't you? Bad name. But Portland sounds good
I love
too.
that.
So you are, yeah. That's okay. We all have our strengths. We all have our strengths.
Funny.
Okay.
Saoirse Ronan.
Who's
She
that?
played Jo in Little Women, and like also the girl in the Lovely Bones.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Yeah, totally. What 3 things would you take with you on a deserted island?
Rum.
Rum. Okay, Natalie.
Can I bring my friends? Like, does that count as one? Or?
Sure.
Okay. And probably some way to play music.
Oh, yeah. Good. What about you, Shauna?
I would bring a cat.
Okay.
Preferably one that likes me.
Awesome.
Probably a knife and some
smart.
water purifier.
Oh,
Wow.
smart.
I would like
She's
to
going
not
to survive, and I'm going to have a good time.
Totally.
Yeah, you will.
Be knocking on her door for a water purifier. Okay, Shauna, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, slow walkers.
Oh, yeah.
I got places to be.
Slow walkers.
Yeah.
What about you, Natalie?
People who can't drive.
Oh my gosh.
I get road rage.
You guys,
I can't
I
drive.
am sometimes a slow walker just because I just chill. So you're going to love our walking meetings when it gets nice out because we just stroll. And I am a bad driver.
I'm a terrible driver.
I'll drive.
You've been in a car with me, but I have not. Well, I
love
have
that.
driven maybe. Did I drive yet?
Oh, yeah, you drove.
Oh, but it was just like down the road.
Yeah, a couple
so it was
blocks,
not
yeah.
too far.
You haven't gotten the full experience yet.
I hope you never do. Natalie, what is your favorite aisle in the grocery store?
Probably like the ice cream aisle.
Oh, yeah. What about you? What's your favorite aisle?
I like looking at the kombucha.
Oh, yeah. You should try some of that kombucha that I have in the fridge
I should.
from Austin.
I've been eyeing
is
it,
so
but-
good. Please.
I just learned what that was today, so never tried it either.
What is your, what's one word that your friends would use to describe you, Natalie?
Passionate.
What about you, Shauna?
Sarcastic.
Yeah. Good. So, Shauna, if you could choose to do anything for one day, what would it be? Anything.
I would probably go thrifting somewhere
Sounds good.
fun, like LA.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah,
What about you?
I'd be the president just for one day.
Oh,
that's a better answer.
it seems real strict.
I just want to like see what it's
Yeah.
like and then not ever have to do it again.
Interesting. Shauna, if you had to eat one thing for every meal going forward for the rest of your life, what would it be? One thing.
Greek salad.
Yeah,
Yes.
we talked about this Greek salad. She had it like every day for a whole summer. We all love Greek salad. Do you
I'm
like
still
Greek
not sick
salad?
of it.
I don't know. Like, I don't know that
Do you like Kalamata olives?
No.
Do you like tomatoes?
I like tomato flavoring. Tomatoes,
No,
like,
she's out.
Someday I'll have to make some and
Yeah.
bring it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah, I don't know. I've ever had a real Greek salad.
okay. So what would you eat if you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life?
Mexican food, so
Yeah.
tacos.
Good. What TV household would you like to be a part of? I know this is a hard one.
It is a hard one.
TV household.
I'll just go with Buffy because I love that show, number one, but also like
She have a nice family.
I wanted to fight evil things
Oh.
or fight. I want to defeat evil things. That would be fun.
Okay. What about you, Natalie?
Gilmore Girls. I want to go
I've
live
never
with.
seen either of those shows.
I've seen episodes
seen.
of Gilmore Girls. But
Never seen any of them.
One of my all-time favorite shows.
So what, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Shauna.
Bali.
Yeah.
I like the warm weather.
Okay.
That's the draw.
Good. What about you?
I've never been here, but probably Hawaii. I've never heard somebody go to Hawaii and say like, "Wow, that was
Yeah.
really overrated."
You need to chat with Sarah on the team because Sarah loves that. She goes there every year for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
I've like that's.
I think her grandparents have a house or something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. This was so fun.
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
glad you were
Thank you.
here. We're excited to show you off a little bit more at events, but also on the podcast. So
Yeah,
thanks for being here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of The Good Work. We are so excited to have Natalie and Shauna join our team, and we hope you enjoy getting to learn a little bit more about them. Next week, tune in as we introduce to you our friend Chelsea Geet of Chelsea's Boutique and Business on Purpose. Now, don't forget to subscribe to The Good Work on YouTube and iTunes and follow the event company on social media to stay up to date on the good work that we are part of each day.